Hey, John here from John's Do It Yourself. With fall approaching and the weather getting cooler, I thought it was time to break out the fire pit. Now I have one of those cheap collapsible metal fire pits, and I just thought that's not very elegant for sitting on the water. So I thought, could I do it myself, or do I need to hire a contractor to come out and build me a really nice fire pit? So I looked online and I actually saw a fire pit for very cheap on Home Depot's page. And so I ordered it because it matched my pavers. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this together. I'm going to show you how easy it was. And on a scale of 1 to 10, this is probably like a 3. And it doesn't take very long either. So follow along, see my results, and I think you can do this too. So let's get cutting.
So real quick, I ordered the 48-inch fire pit. It's 12 inches high and has 30.5 diameter for the fire inside. I bought the optional cooking grate with the kit. My fire pit was delivered to my driveway on a pallet. It's not put together. This includes the iron ring and the grate with a tube of caulk needed to secure the pavers together. So here's what I recommend getting before you begin this project. You will need a large 29-inch caulk gun, not the 10-ounce standard size. The tube that comes with this kit is 29 ounces, so you will need the large caulk gun. A tape measure, 3 bags of sand, and 3 bags of pea gravel. Unless you have a specific place for your fire pit, you can skip this next step, but I am placing this in the center of my pavers. So the first thing I do is find the very center of my square. So I measure from each direction and place a mark. After that, it's pretty easy. You know your diameter is 30.5 inches, so start by laying down your first ring of pavers about 15.5 inches from your mark. Continue this until you have your first layer down. Once your first layer is down, take your caulk gun and squeeze one big fat layer of caulk all the way around the ring. Now, just to ensure everything fits, grab your iron ring and place it inside the circle just to make sure everything fits. It doesn't have to be perfect yet. Let's get all the layers on before we push them up tight against the iron ring. But we will check this as we go. We are just going to keep repeating these steps 3 times until the actual fire pit is complete. After the ring is in and all your pieces are in place, push them slightly in snug against the iron ring. If you have any big gaps or you've missed some caulk, or what happened to me here is I saw the one facing me had slight chip in it, so I went ahead and replaced it as I was going. My next step is to attach the iron grate used for cooking. Now you cannot do this with the iron ring in place, so you're actually going to have to pull it back up and set it down. This will make accessing the screws on the side a lot easier. And also, when you go to put it back in, you can position the iron grate exactly where you want it for aesthetics. All the parts for this are included, but one thing you do need to do is to make sure the heads of the screws are on the outside and the bolts are on the inside. This will keep from snagging on the pavers as you push them in, and make sure that nothing gets caught or they don't look out of place when you're done. So for the next step, you can place your iron ring back in. Make sure when you're putting it in that you set it so the grate is exactly where you want it, because once we move beyond this stuff, it'll probably get a lot harder. So now with your ring in place, go collect your 3 bags of sand. This is just standard playground sand. And all you're going to do is dump it into the bottom. And what I did was, after I got all 3 bags out, I kind of smoothed it out, but I did kind of make a cone. So if water was in there, it would actually go to the center of it and it wouldn't run out towards the sides. That way, if you do have a heavy rain after you've done a fire pit, that you don't get a lot of the black stuff coming all the way through. But the sand should filter it well. So after you're done with the sand, you can add your pea gravel. Here I'm just going to cut the bags open, pour them all in, all 3 bags, and then I'm just going to smooth it out with my hands. So now I told you this job was pretty quick, so I went in to have some lunch because I knew I'd finish soon, and you can see how the pea gravel dried out. Now it's nice and white. That's pretty neat. But then I came back and just attached the grate, the cooking grate, which basically just pops into the hole. There's one little screw that will hold it in place once you have it in position. It will still swivel. That way you can place it where you want. And I kind of like to have it outside of the fire pit when we're just doing standard fires. That way we can move it in if we're going to actually cook some hot dogs or something on it like that. Your last step is to put everything away, clean up, and actually get some firewood. I've actually got some branches I cut off a tree to add to the kindling, but I did just go to Ace Hardware to get the first logs for the starter of the fire. And then we'll wait for sun to set. So again, super easy, super quick, and very fantastic results. All of this from a little kit from Home Depot. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next project.